How are you?
Hi James, I'm very well, thank you. Very well.
It's great to meet you.
Great to meet you.
Yeah. It seems like we've been talking on the phone for months now, and I've been really looking forward to having you here.
Thank you, thank you. I've been looking forward to today as well.
Fantastic. Also because when you were speaking and I heard your story, I was like, wow. How long have you spent in Asia?
9 years. Last 9 years in Asia. Doing what I love, really. Doing what I love, which is helping people to change.
Fantastic. And tell me more about that. What was you doing in Asia?
Well, maybe if I could back up a little bit before that. Ever since a young age, I've been interested in people and curious about what's driving their behaviour. Why are people doing certain things, saying certain things, wanting this but not going for it, or going for it but not getting it? So I've always been curious about what's going on behind the scene. And I went to university to study applied psychology, hoping that this was going to give me some insight, not only into what drives people's behaviour, but also how could I learn to sort of help people make changes. A lot of people, maybe most people, have something they want to change about themselves. I like this, I'm happy with that, but I wish I could change this. I wish my mind wasn't quite so like that. I wish I didn't react in this way to that type of person or to this type of situation. So I thought, well, maybe if I study psychology, I could learn how to help people make those changes. And I studied hard, I got a 2-1. I think I understood the topic well. But at least the way I was understanding the material I was learning, it was very much about how can we categorize dysfunction or issues or syndromes. In other words, how can we label conditions rather than how could we change conditions? So it didn't, and again, I don't want to criticize the study of psychology, but at least the course I took or the way that I understood it, it wasn't providing what I was looking for. I'm looking for, okay, here's an issue, I get it, there's an issue someone's dealing with, how can we change that? I don't really want to just study a problem and just give it a label. It's more like, okay, that's an issue, how can we change it? That's how my mind instantly goes. Through my studies, I guess my own studies, my passion, curiosity, reading books, I attended a Tony Robbins course. The famous Tony Robbins. And just saw this wizard in action, changing people. And I remember thinking, as I'm sitting in the audience with 10,000 people, is this staged? Is this possible? Can you take someone who's been traumatized for 20, 30 years and change them in 10 minutes? Is that possible? I've never read anything about this. Nowhere in any psychology book did it tell me that has ever happened, ever. And this guy's doing it. Is it real? And I remember somebody saying to me, oh, that's NLP. I was like, NL what? So I went home, Googled it, discovered this whole field of neuro-linguistic programming, and went in and studied it intensely for a year. And that really began my journey on actually applying my passion to helping people change. All of a sudden it gave me some tools to make that possible. After university I took a year out, went and taught English in the Czech Republic, and came back and started work in the finance industry as a salesman and as a trainer, and started using some of my skills to help. This is all about communication and reaching out to people, connecting with people, and developed my skills as a salesperson. Got into managing a sales team, did that for about 5 years, and was making great money. I was in my mid-20s, great job, wonderful company, great autonomy, flexibility, very good bonus and salary and commission and things. And I remember walking around IKEA one Sunday looking for something to buy to fill the gap, because I wasn't happy. I had all these ticks in the box that society said, if I get this and get that and get that, you've made it, you're happy. And I wasn't happy. So I did some soul searching and discovered that I was actually not being true to my higher purpose. I was very good at what I was doing, but it wasn't my highest purpose. It's like, yes, I can do it, but I'm not here. I didn't believe in my heart I'm here to be a sales manager. I didn't feel like that's why I'm here. So I resigned.
Wow. Okay.
And, 26 years old, £70,000 a year, it's, a lot of people would say, great, what are you doing? And I remember, when I said to my bosses, I'm leaving, and, they found it really, they struggled to understand that, what, how, why, where, what are you going to do? And I said, I'm going to go to India, Asia. And they said, what, to set up another company? I was like, no, just to go and look in.
That's important.
So, a long story short, I spent the last 9 years living in Thailand and developing my skills as a life coach, as a performance coach, as a therapist, and developing skills in techniques that change the mind. That's what interests me. It's like, show me some techniques of any nature that can actually create change. So that's what I've been focusing on. So as I said to you before, it feels like the last 6 years intensely has been my real education, my real advanced education. I've had the privilege of working with over 3,000 people one-to-one from all walks of life, from members of royal families to celebrities to CEOs to people with no money trying to get off heroin and everything in between, a wide range in between. So that's been my real passion for the last 6 years, of developing these skills and learning what works for different people. I love that challenge of, somebody knocking on the door and coming into the session room, and I have no idea what they are bringing with them, what their life story is, what their childhood has been like, what their belief system is, what emotional pain they're carrying, where they're at in their life, what they want. So it's using these skills to identify what is, like, if we just stay at a story level, we can tell stories for hours, days, weeks, and it's about how can I get down into the core belief systems. What are you actually believing, and what are you carrying emotionally that's holding you back?